we would need to change the definition in the ordinance of a sign is because we would bring under the purview of this sign ordinance then all signs, including these free expression signs. And the reason we would do that is because you can still regulate size and location. And the idea is you'd still want to regulate the size and location of these free expression signs because you don't want them in areas where you're going to affect visibility and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why, and like Matt said, that Pittsfield ordinance is basically got an all-encompassing definition, and then they regulate the signs as per, Supreme Court guidelines and whatever. That's,
It just gives us some, a definition to work with now, some defined things to work with that we do. And we'll try to bring that here within the next meeting or two to make sure that we get those done before we get into the election season deeper. So, thank you, that's all.
So you need a motion to move to receive the free report.
To
I
receive
can
that.
did Nick make the motion, but I don't think
I don't know.
second.
I think Roger made
Well,
a
sort of.
motion to allow.
Yeah, nobody seconded that, just so you
But
know.
nobody seconded it, so.
Well, okay,
Start
there's
over.
motions and seconds.
Sheila, what do you think?
I need a motion to receive.
Okay.
So,
Audra.
Audra moved, I
The
second.
next, okay.
Next
All right.
report.
Support.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, the same? We have received the 3 reports. Okay, and now we have moved to appropriations. It's all right to move to pay appropriations. So moved.
Support.
Keep writing.
Support.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, the same? Okay, we have paid the appropriations. Okay. Commissioners' comments? Larry?
Nothing.
Just to say what a wonderful thing that was that we were all at a half an hour ago. Just such a step forward for the city to have that happen and have it finally happen, and how appropriate that the entire building is now named the Wright Lapine Opera House Block. I love that.
I
So,
didn't hear that part.
yeah, that was down on the wall that they were, the picture was, it said at the top, the Wright Lapine Opera House Block. So just really, really great day for the city of Alma. That's it.
Roger said it best, but I agree, it was a wonderful celebration of the Opera House project, and excited to be there and be a part of that, and to dedicate that, so that's probably all I have tonight.
Ditto to the above, saying it's an honor to be there.
That's all.
The only thing I'd add is then tomorrow is going to be discussion about economic development and how we take advantage of some of this momentum. And
I think that's neat, that this thing is not just gonna die today, that it continues as soon as tomorrow.
well, at the end of the day, it's a stepping off point.
Yeah.
It continues the momentum.
Nick?
Well, I just echo what everybody said. It was beautiful. Well, thank God for the Lapines. We are so fortunate to have them in this community. And Roger and I were talking about it earlier, how, what they've done, how they've stepped up for this. But there's countless other things we don't even know about that they have done for this community. They're selfless, wonderful people. You just can't say enough.
Great neighbors.
Yeah, and great neighbors. That's right. You're right.
I know we were looking at a record, but I do have a couple things, so I apologize. First of all, again, exactly what you refer to of the dedication, but I think it's important. Dr. Abernathy made a statement to the staff here and what they've done, and my staff, and that in reality, a lot of this had taken place way before I even got here. And Eric, I will tell you again what I told you last night. There's another person that may not be all done the way it is if it wasn't for all the work that Eric has put into that over the years to make sure it got done. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
As far as expand a little bit on Nick, there's an awful lot tomorrow about economic development in the conference that we're having, the Building Community Leading Change. It's also, I think, a great opportunity for this community to really set the stage for the next 30, 40 years. I've been pushing change and talking about a lot of different things. This is an opportunity for a lot of people to come together and really decide, what do we want to see out of this community in the future? The days of the corporate-run community of Total and all that are gone. It's time for us to really shift our attention to what is it going to look like going forward. Finding new leaders while still being respectful of the people who've done an awful lot of work to get this community through some really rough times. So I am extremely excited that we'll come out with some work groups tomorrow, actually. So it didn't die tonight, and it sure doesn't die tomorrow either, that it will have some stuff going into the future. And along those lines, myself and a number of other staff members went up to Ludington last week to the Connecting Entrepreneurial Communities Conference in Ludington. Maybe since I've been in this position, about the best 2 days, most worthwhile 2 days I think I've spent. Not only because it was really good for staff to see each other in a different environment and talk some things, but we've got a lot of different ideas. We're able to exchange some ideas and see what other communities are trying. And I think we did a good job of solidifying our position and trying to bring that conference here in the next year or two. We hit it off really well, I think, with the folks who are in charge of the conference. So that was great. I've had a lot of questions from some folks here that I think we'll get right out in front of this, of where are we at with a fence on the Wright Mansion. I think we would have had a fence had we not had so much rain last week, that there was really the talk and it was reached out to us, not us reaching out asking the question this time about getting that fence done. And so by all indications, we should see that fence by sometime mid next week. So that's it, for real.
Yeah, I want to say something real quick. I just thought of this when you said about Eric and the work that he's done. Child Advocacy is also working on a building project, and so we've been in and out. And we were here last week meeting with Eric and David. And I just want to say, after they left the room, Matt jumped in for a minute, stopped in to say hi, and the engineer and the architect said, it is so great contractor said, it's so great working with these guys at the city of Alma. And the engineer said, I wish every city was just like Alma. And so it was just such a kudos to you guys that you're so easy to work with, easy to get in touch with, and it was cool that he said that. And he said that to Matt. He said, boy, he said most cities aren't like like this and so easy to work with, and so that was really nice
Good job,
to hear.
guys.
Yeah. So.
Well, to continue with the Opera House, this is a visual of what's important of the college needing the city and the city needing the college, mutually beneficial. And I hope that continues well into the future, because we both will succeed with each other's success, so. Okay. So, need a motion to adjourn?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, you told me.
Nice try.
Yeah. No public comment. Okay, yes.
Going, well,
You may, there's no podium, but you may step
That's right,
into
it's like a podium.
the idea of that podium.
Are working with the college.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
With our students.
Towns and gowns, I liked that term that they threw out at one point, towns and gowns working together, so. Okay.
Does anyone like to speak, even though I tried to deny you your opportunity? Was not intentional.
I would like to say, if it wasn't for you guys trying to get the Opera House going after the disaster, what happened 2010, and the above and the beyond with the firefighters and stuff, we wouldn't have them buildings today. They do a great job. You guys all do a great job. And I can't express myself enough about safety. There's a lot of other things too that there's an alleyway that I was talking to David about that they're working on to try to get it open for the firemen to be down there. Our firefighters are important. Everybody's important. But when it comes to people not coming together, you don't get anywhere. I know. And I can't say enough. Because we're used to work with my uncle. And these guys do a fantastic job time in and time out. They're on call 24/7. And with the building down there by the St. Mary's School, we have a Hope House in St. Louis that homeless people can go to. And I thought maybe if it doesn't, you know, maybe that building can be turned into something like a place for homeless people. Because we need a place. You know, there's a lot of people out here that don't have a home. I was just one of the lucky ones that got a place, got out of these hotels. If it wasn't for the police officers and stuff and my church, I would not be where I'm at, where my grandma's house used to be on Michigan Avenue. And if it wasn't for me being where I'm at today, fighting everything that I went through, I wouldn't be standing here right now. I've been through a lot, and I think everybody needs to come together and be condemned for every job that they do in Gratiot County. Thank you.
Excellent.
Lori, what house are you talking about down by St. Mary's?
The right
The
man.
mansion.
Yeah.
The right man.
Oh, okay, oh. okay,
That used to
okay.
be part of mental health.
Okay,
We need a place for homeless people to go to. Get off the streets. Because there's a lot of people in this town that needs a place to go. You know, it could have been worse for me. I could have been in a hotel, but I taught myself to get where I'm at today. And like I said, if it wasn't for my church family, my friends, the police department, and all of you supporting me, I wouldn't be in my own apartment. And
Mark, I want to make sure too that you know, because I know you couldn't be at the dedication or commitment, that the fire department was definitely acknowledged and
Several
the
times.
appreciation for
Oh, yeah.
what they did, and I know that you told me about the time you guys got to go tour it, and it was pretty cool for everybody to see. So I
I
just
think
want
we
to make
need
sure
a
you know
fireman's ball there.
that.
There you go.
I'll pass that on tonight at your meeting. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's all that help you.
Thank you. Yes. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you.
thank you.